starting a glow-in-the-dark video in the dark. Ooh, spooky ghosts. Hey guys, I'm back and I'm up too late. But, yeah, this is how we're starting it. Because everything we're looking at is glow-in-the-dark. Look at that one. That's the uranium one. That's the one that's going to kill you. Got that straight from Chernobyl. No, anyway, can you read that? This is what we're looking at today. I saw this and I thought there might be some potential in it, and I had Amazon gift card power, so I figured why not. So this is from UV Paqlite, and this whole thing comes together in a set, and I guess I need to turn the light on so we can actually see what comes in it, but I just wanted to start at this point, like so. So here we go, we got 4 pieces. So this is $22, Amazon Prime, so free shipping. Nice little bag. Now, I already looked at this stuff. I took it out and perused through, so I'm gonna have some things to say about them. But so this is an interesting little set. This is this is a food storage bag. It's even got a freeze dryer bag. It's even got the little thing where you might pull it open. Now, I don't know if you can pull it open to get this out or whatever, but anyway, we've got 4 items in this. So, you know, like this glowing tube, we've seen these from Tool Bright. I assume it's the exact same thing. And this is a pretty good glow-in-the-dark object. Now, it's glow-in-the-dark in the way where you let it sit in the sun, or you shine a flashlight on it, or a UV light works the best. I mean, pure sunlight is UV light, but also, you know, if you got a UV flashlight, you can shine it up, and, you know, UV works better than just a regular white light flashlight because you just and it glows. Lady Giggles of Giggleheimer just turned the fan off for me that I had in the background. I don't even know what it's going to sound like before this point, but she did good. So anyway, yeah, UV flashlight, if you're going to charge something like this up with a flashlight, is the best course of action, but I don't have one here in front of me. But, you know, anyway, we know how glow-in-the-dark stuff works, right? So anyway, you get 4 pieces in this set, and you get this little half donut pendant. You get this. This is the one that was glowing like uranium before. And you get well, you guys figure out what it looks like to you. And then you get this little package. And basically all of these are just made of these little chunks right here. What their actual proprietary, you know, glow-in-the-dark formula is, I don't know. But they do say that this stuff has the best residual, that it never wears out. You know, over time, I mean, you know, some glow-in-the-dark items, they do wear out. I don't know what the word to use is, but their ability to absorb and then luminesce over time kind of fades. And they advertise that never happens with their products. Now, just to compare this to something else, I had bought a couple things. I say a couple things. I had bought this bag of these little, you know, plastic stones. I don't know what for. I figured they might come in handy for some kind of project later. They're green and blue. Now, green always is going to glow better than blue just because of light waves and how that works. But I thought we could compare these, you know, and these are like toy arts and crafts level glow-in-the-dark stuff. We compare these to this and just see the difference in how it glows. And we'll do that in a minute. But what are these things good for? Well, anything that you might use a little chemical snap light, you know, light stick for, you could use these for. The good beauty of these is that they're rechargeable, reusable. That's the word I'm looking for. Reusable. You don't have to buy new ones. So let's say you want to mark anything, mark an area in a trail, mark an area in a campsite, mark a campsite, mark an individual. Yeah, that's why these have these lanyards on them. Can wear this if you're going on, say, a road march. can wear this so that you can be seen on the road march. And the thing about these glowing things is that, sure, under night vision, yeah, they're going to be a bright beacon, but you know, to the naked eye, they can only be seen so far away. So you know, there's some options. So what there basically are, these ones anyway, they are these glow-in-the-dark chunks in a clear-ish opaque resin. I don't think the resin itself is glow-in-the-dark. It's just these little chunks. Now, I have a couple issues with these just in the way that they're made, and I do some resin casting with model building and stuff. So basically what it is you have a latex rubber mold. They pour the little chunky things in, and then they pour the resin on top of it. And that's why you can see, I just think quality on the resin castings could be better. You see here, it's not 100% even. You have kind of rough edges on this. I mean, at the very least, if you're not going to give us a full size ring, and yes, they could do a double-sided donut like this, which I think would be better. Now again, $22 for all 4 pieces. We could bicker over price and everything, but it's very easy to take 2 pieces like this, put them together in a double piece. You just put a little bit of resin in between and press them and let them dry, or epoxy even. But what you'd have to do is you'd have to actually finish off the tops. It's a little concave in there because that's how the resin sits when it's drying, if it's not poured all the way to the top. Same thing with this piece. So you got the bottom of the mold here, where obviously these glow-in-the-dark pieces are just a little bit heavier than the resin, so they sink to the bottom, and then you've got those concave pieces. Not a big deal, but you can feel kind of the edges here, which they did rub down a little bit. Could have done a little bit better here. Not sharp, but if you're wearing this, that could rub against, you know, a little bit. Still nice pieces, still decent pieces. Think they could have done a slightly nicer job finishing it off. And this one seems to be a tube that was filled with the glow stuff and the resin. Now, they did a great job of getting these pieces suspended all the way through. And what I would think is they might have had it rotating as it cured. You know, I'm not exactly sure. Resin is not my expertise, but that would keep things evenly suspended in there, because this is great the way that the pieces are equally suspended throughout the resin in here to give you basically a light stick, whereas opposed to these, you can see how the pieces fell all to the bottom. Anyway, and this, they just, like I said, they put the pieces in here and put a vacuum sealer on it, which doesn't take away from the effectiveness of it. I'm just saying it's very simple setup, you know what I mean? Now, my concern is that over time, I have seen vacuum sealed bags develop leaks. If this thing gets folded up accidentally, or I don't feel any real sharp edges, but believe it or not, beef jerky, homemade beef jerky, you can have a sharp point on the meat, and it could rub against the plastic. Maybe that's why it's double sealed in here to prevent that from happening. It causes a little tiny air, you know, a little tiny puncture that over time air can get in there. But hopefully that doesn't happen. I mean, what would happen if it did is you'd lose your vacuum and just all the pieces would fall to the bottom. I don't think you'd lose pieces out of it, but having them spread out like this is what gives you that nice amount of light coming out of it. So they say that this can be used to light up, say, the inside of a small tent or something like that. We're going to try to actually read a piece of paper with it. You know, with all of them, we're going to see how much light they give you. And again, since these are more toy quality level glow-in-the-dark pieces, I just wanted to compare them to it. I haven't done much with them yet. They just got here today. But I thought it would be an interesting thing to take a look at. So over here it says, how bright are they? When your eyes are fully adjusted to the darkness, they'll provide low-level night illumination. Sure. 10 hours of illumination, the light dims over time, but that's any glow-in-the-dark thing. That's not just these. Recharging estimates, direct sunlight, about 1 minute. Ambient room light, 5 to 10 minutes for 60 lumens. A flashlight, 4 seconds at 200 lumens. But remember that, you know, that all depends on, you know, how close, because, you know, when you get this real close, you have your light focused at a bigger area, but when you take it away, you have a larger area. but the light diffuses. So these are guidelines. These are not, you know, for sure. Oh, I'm sorry, was that a 60-second lumen flashlight for 4 seconds and 200 lumen flashlight 20 seconds over 10 hours of glow? And again, if you have the UV flashlight, it's like instantaneous. Turn it on, UV light, you're good. I wish I had my good UV light. It's packed up and in storage right now. These are basically just what they do is they take, just for reference, so these are plastic that are melted. They take a glow-in-the-dark plastic, melted in with a transparent or opaque plastic and mix it up, and then vacuum form these. They're squirted into or injection mold these, and that's how they're done. So we'll take this and this many lumens flashlight, and again I have this light on right here. We're going to charge these all up for a few seconds. Oops. Again, and then we're going to compare them to the little bitty ones. And I'm going to turn this light off. And yeah, so you can already see that these are much brighter than these little kind of arts and crafts type ones. Although these are cool kidney shaped and these aren't. Here's the instruction sheet. And you can see that if you were up on this, this would give you enough light to read by. This guy right here, oh yeah, definitely. Let's see this uranium piece. Yeah. Now remember, these two pieces have a lot more concentrated in a smaller area, which is why they look so much brighter than this all at once. But this gives a more diffused light to an area all at once. This is a smaller concentration of light. So it's hard to see the light under it though without blocking the camera, you know what I mean? Then of course we have the standard light stick. Now, you're not going to be using these so much as illumination light to do work and everything, but it's just kind of hard to show you. I mean, I know it looks brighter on camera than it does in real life. They're bright, but already to the naked eye, and I hope it comes out on camera a little better, these guys are fading away a lot quicker than they are. To the human eye, these things are much more faded and much darker already. I know the camera's going to pick up their light a lot more because it's, you know, the lens mechanism and the camera, it attenuates the light to when it's very bright. It reduces how much light it lets in. When it's very dark, it lets a lot more light in, so it actually makes things look brighter. But I mean, if I were to just hold these things up next to each other, you could see the difference there. Right there. I mean, I could put this one on top of it and you can see. So, you know, those of you with that would find use for this, I think you understand what the use and value of it would be. I think it's pretty nifty. I think it's something that I would enjoy having. For the $22 for all 4 pieces, so that's, you know, $5 a piece, basically, and then a little bit. You know, you've got something that you can use in a tent, you've got something that you can use as a personal marker, something that you can use as a campsite marker, and then something that you can mark an individual piece of gear with. Or any variation of the same. I think it's worth the money. They've got some potential there, and you know, you can explore other cool uses for them. Plus, glow-in-the-dark stuff is just fun to play with, right? So if you're interested, I'll throw a link in the video description of where I found it on Amazon, and you can just check that out. I'm just showing it to you because I saw it, I thought it might be cool, I wanted to check it out, maybe see if it has a place in my gear somewhere, and see if any of you guys would be interested in it too. So, what do you guys think? Useful, just kind of cool to play with, maybe a little more tactical than tactical, something you would be interested in, something you wouldn't. What do you guys think of these pieces here? I'm curious. I want to know what you guys think. And who wants a glow-in-the-dark kidney? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think. Let's discuss these as alternatives to some other small light sources. And remember that you guys are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. And I'll be back again real soon.